Hey, how you doing everybody? My name is Cherryboy and welcome back to Onii channel Asobo fam. We're back. Now let's get right back into it. I don't know why I felt so worried when coming to my room. Maybe I was afraid to see something that a brother isn't supposed to see? Most likely yes. But nothing like that happened. And anticlimactic. I was lying on my bed and typing something. She smiled at me, continued typing, so I decided to forget about everything that had happened earlier. Ah yes, also I forgot to mention, this picture right here, this CG, reminds me of this picture right here. Yeah, it looks a lot the same. Anyway, let's get back into it. Alright, here we go. Rico.
So what do you want?
Rico was asking about my prize. Oh, I was too tired to answer.
Do you want me to use my hands? Or my mouth maybe? Or should I repeat that trick with my...
Again.
I can use my tail if you want.
She smiled. Okay, so she's a cat girl, if you will, or a dog girl or something, or fox girl or something. I could only hear buzzing in the ears and my vision became kind of blurry, but in a pleasant way. I think I didn't have enough rest after such an exhausting run. Your mouth, I said, and only seconds later I realized what she was asking me about, and that I responded instinctively. Rico smirked.
Alright.
She whispered. She licked her lips, got on her knees, and moved closer to me. I couldn't dare. I didn't want to stop her. I rested myself in the armchair, waiting for what would happen next. She took me.
She seems like you're ready, huh?
Rico smiled, looking at me, which was. I made some inarticulate noise. Then I twitched because I felt something warm and.
Feeling good?
I heard her sneering whisper. Don't stop! I replied. She giggled, and then I felt that she was gently doing it. She was doing the lovey-dovey, and I felt good that I started to moan.
You're gonna love it.
Rico said, well, my thing again. She was doing a thing-a-ling. And so, I flinched at the noise of someone moaning. I turned and saw I, who blushed immediately. She turned the laptop screen to me. She turned the laptop screen to me, and I understood where the sound was coming from. She was watching lovey-dovey-wovey stuff.
Sorry, Onii-chan, I can turn it off. Just wanted to check some techniques, the girl said in an apologetic voice while playing with her hair. I see. Just wanted to check some techniques.
Play with the hair, I guess. I quickly turned away from her. Man, this is some wacky story. Yeah, it's okay. But it wasn't okay because I couldn't help but listen to what she was going on there. I didn't give a damn about that limited movie film. I wanted to listen to I wanted to know her reaction to the video. I turned a bit and pretended that I was thinking something over. Meanwhile, I was using my peripheral vision to watch my sister. In a minute or so, the girl got out of bed.
It's so cold here, isn't it, Onii-chan?
I smiled, took a blanket, and lay down again. I nodded and turned a bit so that I could still see her, but she would think that I couldn't. Shit! Will I develop a squint if I look at her from this angle? Squint! I noticed that I looked at me quickly to check if I was watching, bit her lip, and moved the laptop to the side. She lifted the blanket a bit, bent her legs, lifting her knees in the air, then slowly moved them apart. Did she just take a bit? I turned the laptop to herself and looked at me to check if I was watching her, but I am! She put one hand on the blanket and used the other to unzip her hoodie, and then she started doing it, everything the job! I froze. Damn it! I know that there's only one room here, but she's doing it in front of her brother! What should I do? If I continue sitting still like a statue, she'll understand that I'm watching her. If I move, I will stop. Meanwhile, my sister was doing the love. Her face blushed. She was doing it, started moving with main heroine. She looked at me, but she wasn't scared that I saw everything. She actually was happy about it. She knows that I've been watching her this whole time. I turned away and continued watching ecchi videos. But I don't get it. She either didn't notice me or was enjoying this feeling that I might catch her doing the lovey-dovey with stuff herself. I heard the sound of a new message and rushed to read it. Hello, Saved by the Bell. I turned to the screen and started to read. A message from one of my readers. They always send me their ideas, which oftentimes happen to be conflicting. Once I tried to implement one of the suggestions, but what I got was a total incoherent mess. So I dropped this idea and decided to follow my vision. I was reading another essay, the author of which neglected all the punctuation marks, trying to figure out what they wanted to say, so I didn't notice how I turned the video off, got up, and came to me. She hugged me, put her head on my shoulder, and peered at the computer screen. City fam, yeah! Alright, back to the game. I felt her warm and wet fingers on my neck.
What's up, Oni-chan? Chatting with your girlfriend, huh?
I asked me cunningly. After that question, the tension in the room was palpable. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm checking the emails my reader sent me. I hugged me tight.
And I thought that you don't even remember the names of all your girlfriends.
Yeah.
You're so handsome, and I'm sure any girl would love to be wrapped up in your sexy arms.
She was trying to sneak her fingers under my t-shirt. You stay away from my t-shirt.
Don't you worry. Your sister will take care of it.
I said in a dreamy voice. She sounded dubious. Thanks. Have you written anything already? I decided to change the subject because she was still trying to get under my t-shirt. I can't say that I'm not enjoying it. There's this electric chemistry between us. Oh man, like lightning bolts. But damn, she's my sister!
I'm not finished yet. I'll show you the text when it's ready. Maybe you can edit it for me.
CG, family, yeah. Okay, and moving on. She sighed and returned back to her bed. I'm safe. Yeah, sure, no problem, I replied, happy that I could relax. But at the same time, it was a pity I could no longer enjoy the warmth of her body. Hey, you wanna grab a bite?
Sure, could be cool.
I replied without looking at me because she was typing something fast. I wasn't really into cooking, but always opted for takeaways because they were convenient. They saved time and energy, indeed. So I ordered pizza, Coke, and orange juice. Alright, cool. Now we shall eat. Pizza time. These days you can find hundreds of different cafes next to your house. Since every business wants to provide the best service to their clients, we heard the doorbell just in 20 minutes. Ah, yes, cool. Pizza time. By the way, I saw Spider-Man 3 today. It was pretty good. Better than I remember. I cut the pizza, took several slices, and went to the little table. Then I put the table next to the bed and called my sister. Oh, Sister-san, whatever her name is. I licked her lips to show how hungry she was and rushed to the food. I noticed that her skirt hiked up and her tiny black panties were totally exposed to my gaze. She sat opposite me and froze.
Oni-chan?
What's wrong? I froze without even starting to eat and looked at my sister.
I can't believe you remember that I love orange juice.
I looked at her in confusion and started to eat. Yeah, of course! Of course I do! I grabbed the juice box and cradled it in her arms as if it was a baby. But then she smiled at me to show how grateful she was and started to drink.
You want some?
She looked at me and then suddenly shook the box. The juice from the box was now right on my trousers! Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. That's my leg.
Oh, I'm so clumsy.
CG, fam, look at that. She's just wiping it off my trousers. Nothing wrong with that. CG.
Oh, I'm so clumsy.
I took her handkerchief and started wiping the stain. She put one hand on my hip, and her other hand was wiping the liquid right near my thingamaling. She put one hand on my hip, and her other hand was wiping the liquid right near my thingamaling. Oh, okay. The cloth is too thin. I need to remove the stain somehow. Flex Seal? No, not Flex Seal. Does Flex Seal make any stain away? Whip it. Or no. Oh, turn it. What the heck is it called? The stain remover. OxiClean. That's it. OxiClean. I was rubbing harder and harder and then glanced at me quickly with a cunning smile. Seems that my trousers are now cleaner than they were, but it feels so good. I coughed. Grabbed her arm and smiled awkwardly. Yeah, it's fine, thanks. Don't worry, I got it.
You're welcome, Oni-chan. I'm glad I didn't ruin them.
I smiled at me and then licked the handkerchief. What are you doing?
There's some juice on it.
Why does this turn me on? CG family, yeah, boy. Oh, okay, moving on. No, stop. Let me order one more juice for you. I wanted to stop the girl who was licking this piece of cloth in her palm. Luckily she stopped.
Nah, I'm good. You're so cute. You're such a gentleman, Oni-chan.
I winked at me and started to eat. After dinner we got to writing, and when it got dark, I started yawning non-stop. I go to bed. You can finish it tomorrow, I said and smiled at my sister because she was so cute and funny with her eyes half closed. Nodding, the girl pushed the laptop back to me.
Wait a minute. Where will you sleep?
I asked when looking around my tiny room. I scratched the back of my head and pointed to the air mattress. I frowned and stood next to the bed with a serious expression on her face.
Don't be silly, Oni-chan. It's so cold here. We can sleep together.
My heart skipped a beat, and I swallowed nervously. Yeah, I nodded and immediately started fantasizing about what could happen. Oh no, ba-da-ba-dum-doki-doki. Oh, if you're okay with this is a single bed. And so she smiled and took off her hoodie first. Then she took off her skirt and didn't seem embarrassed at all that I could see her almost naked. In less than 2 minutes, she was wearing her panties only. I got under the sheets and wished me a good night. I didn't want to look at her, but couldn't resist the temptation. I just closed my. Okay, it's time to go to bed, and I will also check what she wrote. Okay. Oh boy. How cool, CG. I turned the lights off, undressed, and climbed into bed. I wanted to be as far from her as possible, but it was a narrow bed. CG, fam, CG. I took the laptop and turned it a bit to the side, so the light from the screen wouldn't distract eye. I opened the file. And so, it was night. A cute and pretty girl was visiting her brother. She was so tired she fell asleep right away. What? Her brother decided to take advantage. Her brother decided to take advantage of the situation and went to bed with her. He called her name to check if she was still awake. He took off his clothes quickly, including his underpants, and lay down next to her. I broke out into sweat. Oh, he's a real piece of work. Carefully, not to wake his precious visitor, the guy stood up on the bed, legs spread. The girl was right between his legs. He put his hands on the headboard. He smiled and got closer to the sleeping girl. Then he swiped his okay? Shit! It was so quiet in the room that I could hear the sound of my breathing. Such wild thoughts! I can't! No, I'm not doing this! But... I put the laptop aside and pulled mine. I can't sleep when I have this DVD! I began to do my thing and I looked at her. She was sleeping! After all, it's her fault that I have this thing playing, so why not? No, this is crazy! What the heck am I doing? Why the hell not? I grabbed the edge of the blanket and pulled it down slowly and a bit lower. In the moonlight, the breasts of my sister seemed even more beautiful. CG fam! I started fantasizing how I could play with them and how I would love to touch them right now, but I wasn't careful enough because I woke up! Oh no! Damn it! I closed my eyes immediately because I was afraid that I might notice that I wasn't sleeping. Just close my eyes. I can't see you if you can't see me if I can't see you! Oh, damn it! I didn't pull my pants up and the blanket couldn't hide my excitedness. I heard how I rustled the blanket. Maybe she feels cold and wants to put on something warm. But no, she took something from the nightstand. Apparently it was her cell phone because I could see the light from it. She was doing something under the blanket. I was under the blanket. I broke out into sweat. Oh no, what if it was just a joke or something? She would think that I'm an idiot. Then why would she ask me to read her story? I felt so confused. I thought my head was going to explode, but suddenly I heard the camera shutter. I felt that Ai's head was swinging my thing and she could definitely see it. She took a picture of her for blackmail! I was all ears. I had mixed feelings. On the one hand, I wanted to be over as soon as possible, but on the other hand, come on, touch him! Take my thing in your hand! I felt like shit because I was fantasizing about my sister. So I was lying there with my eyes closed, waiting for what would happen next. Wait, what's going on there? I felt her breath. Her face was near my tingling, her hair teasing my skin about the eyes. She was so close. Come on, sis, do the thing! She got even closer and she giggled. She pulled my underpants up and lay down on her pillow. Then she put her phone on the nightstand. This is a complete failure. I never felt so embarrassed in my entire life. I wanted to do the thing laying in the bathroom, but didn't dare to get up. I was trying to calm down and catch up on my breath and didn't even notice how I fell asleep. That. Okay. That was a thing. When I woke up, I heard someone typing. Yes, but that's all the time I got for this and everybody, so I gotta cut it off here, but it just feels like such a... Wait a minute. Let me think. Fury fam. Nah, fam, I'm mad. I can keep going a bit more. When I woke up, I heard someone typing. As I opened my eyes, I saw the most beautiful view, which made me swallow nervously. I was lying with her head at the opposite end of the bed and typing something. Her skirt went up and I could observe her juicy booty and her pink panties. Hearing that I woke up, my sister turned to me and made an incredibly sweet face. Ah!
Good morning, Oni-chan.
She seemed embarrassed. I did my best not to stare at her juicy booty and cracked a smile. Hey, CG, the fan, the booty! Good representation. Very good, indeed. Alright, back to the game.
I woke up early today and I've already brought food for breakfast. I will cook something for us and you can go brush your teeth, she said in a cute voice while looking at me.
I nodded and forced myself to get up. Oh, yeah! Even though it was not as cold as it was yesterday, I would still prefer to stay at home and order something, but it was cool that I decided to cook something herself. Indeed, as I went to the bathroom to brush my teeth, I saw some dirty clothes. These were ice black panties she was wearing yesterday! I could never understand why so many men have this underwear fetish, but for some reason, I decided to try it. Oh yes, look at them, yes. Just holding them, there's nothing wrong with that, of course not. Yes, just inspecting them, of course. What is so special about it? I listened to the sounds coming from the kitchen. I could hear the sound of oil sizzling in the pan and guessed that I was cooking something, which meant that she was busy at least for a while. There's nothing special about them, right? But when I imagined that I was wearing them at her wedding... I closed the door just in case and took her tiny panties. I sniffed them, pulling into pants down and wrapped me. Okay. Oh yes, baby, yes! How do you like that? Why does he have to say this? He's shouting into the bathroom. Surprised how quickly this little game turned me on. I decided to do my fast about how I do that. Oh my god! In this bathroom. I was no longer ashamed or embarrassed. I wanted my sister and I wanted her bad. Oh my god, calm down, Koichi. Hot dang! But I couldn't just come to her and tell her about it. I needed a plan. Oh my god, now I'm gonna scheme? Yes, my girl. Yes, yes, yes. No. I heard quick footsteps and the door opened.
I'm so clumsy. I have an oil stain on my... Oni-chan?
Luckily, I was quick enough to pull my underwear up and throw ice panties away. Ultra instinct, baby! But no, they were on the floor and it's not where she had left them. And it's not where she has left them. She looked at me questioningly and then her gaze shifted and her panties lying on the floor. She took her head and looked at it. She shook her head and a look of discontent covered her face. I'm sure she saw that her panties were covered with my... I froze, waiting for Ai's reaction. If she now runs away and calls her parents, then... If she runs away now and calls her parents, then... I'm dead. But wait! What was it? Did she just smile? A slight smile slid across her pretty face, and then my sister shook her head.
Your apartment is a giant mess, Oni-chan. How often do you clean the floor? My panties became even dirtier after I put them on the floor. But it's okay, your sister will help you out.
I smiled and put her panties in the laundry basket, looking at my big willy.
Please, would you move aside?
Sorry.
Please, would you move aside? I need to wash the floor.
I stepped aside and stared at Ai as she was unzipping and taking off her hoodie. Accidentally, she lifted up her t-shirt too and flashed her breast, but then she pulled the tee down and started cleaning the stain. What are you doing to me? When everything was ready, I went to the table. Oh my god! Ow, my neck. Oh god, this is happening. Okay. Bacon and eggs. My favorite! Fancy cheese. And fresh fruit for dessert. Alright.
Hey, Oni-chan, do you have to... Hey, Oni-chan, did you have time to check what I wrote?
CG family is just eating normal breakfast, indeed. Okay, moving on. I asked, looking at me in... I asked, look at me in the eye. What shall I answer her? Should I tell her that I read it and it turned me on? No, sorry, I fell asleep early. Yesterday. Okay, I nodded and put the laptop on the table and asking... Sorry. I'm ready. I nodded and put the laptop on the table, asking me to read it now. I tried to remain calm and not to show my agitation. I peered into the screen. A sexy elf girl whose juicy boobs bounced when she was moving. A sexy elf girl whose juicy boobs bounced when she was moving got into a trap. It was a simple rope mesh, and who would have thought that a strong elf would get stuck in it? As she was trying to get out of it, she saw an orc appearing. He had a big and strong body, and his face was covered in scars. The man cut the net with the deft stroke of his sword and caught the falling elf girl. Ah, what a gentleman.
Oh no, please don't kill me!
She begged him. The orc threw her on the ground and smirked. The girl thought he would take his knife, but he didn't. The orc untied the rope, holding up his pants, pulled him off, and the girl saw his huge swinging hammer. My eyes widened and I smirked with pleasure while eating her apple. Oh my god, what the hell is this? This is like some Goblin Slayer-like stuff.
Well, that's a great introduction.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's a great introduction, I said, trying to remain calm. Did you write more than that, or is that it? I sighed, bit off another piece, and started chewing again.
I know it's not much. I'll write something else later.
I wanted to ask her about that incest story, but she started writing. But then thought that maybe she copied it from someone else and decided to delete it because she was afraid I might misunderstand her.
Oni-chan, how do you...
Oh my god, what the... His word brought me back to reality. Lovey-dovey woman's sacred place. I almost choked on the food I was trying to swallow. Looked at my sister. Her eyes were innocent. I thought you had watched a couple of ecchi videos yesterday.
I didn't understand anything, and I felt so embarrassed watching those videos.
I blushed and tightened her grasp on that, and tightened the grasp she had on her skirt.
But I had read somewhere about that peach exercise.
I said quickly and gave me half a peach.
You must teach me, please, please, please.
I couldn't say no to this beautiful and innocent creature. Of course I can. I can say no. Oh my god. No, baby, no! Okay. Damn, this is hard. I can't do it when someone's watching me. I mean, I do write anti-stories, but that doesn't make me an alpha male. But I didn't care. She was staring at me and waiting for what would happen next. Okay, I can do it. I stuck my tongue out and licked the fruit carefully. Tasting it, I licked it once, I licked it twice, and then I switched to the top of it, teasing it with my tongue. I'm not gonna say, and I licked it thrice. And now the most interesting part. I was seasoning the hole in the fruit face that I was... I closed my eyes and enjoyed the process. However, I should know what I was thinking about. Okay. As I opened one eye to check I was bowled over. She bit her lip and her face blushed soft pink. Apparently she was enjoying the process, but what was happening down there? Under the table? What's happening down here? I couldn't see her hand, but I was sure she was doing a thing. I closed my eyes again and started teasing her even more. You're such a bad girl. You can't Whoa, this is my revenge on you. What the heck is wrong with me?
Okay, that's enough, Oni-chan. You can stop now, I got it.
I swallowed nervously and took the peach away.
Now let me try.
Oh my god! Why? CG fam! She took the peach away from me and put her finger in the middle and started moving it back and forth. Then she started licking the fruit. First she got the sides and then the middle, teasing it with her tongue. I think she swallowed my saliva, which was all over the fruit. It was the same as if we had kissed, wasn't it? A second-hand kiss, an indirect kiss, if you will. So we just had an indirect kiss! Yeah, this peach lesson was not so sexy as the one with the banana. But wait, what was it? But wait, what was it? I was moaning! I thought that this was my revenge on life, but I got excited all just by listening and watching her licking that fruit! Licking that fruit! I decided to unceremoniously interrupt her just like she did when I was enjoying the process. So I stood up and I was about to bite off a piece of the peach. Give me that peach! Oh my god. I was sure she wouldn't get offended. Yeah, CG, fam, CG! Oh my god! Oh boy. Whew. Okay. Wait! I waited for a bit because I was afraid I would bite off her. Wait. What the hell? I waited for a bit because I was afraid I would bite her tongue and then bit the fruit. Feels good. I opened my eyes and saw Eyes' astonished face. She literally froze! Oh my god, CG! I think she figured out what I planned and decided to bite off a bigger piece, so we kissed! Some strange and completely new feeling descended upon me, and I knew I had to stop this game! Oh god, that's a CG! So I ate the whole thing pretending like nothing happened. Oh, it's like the Barbie game! I touched her lips with her finger while also chewing a piece of the fruit. I bet it tastes good, huh? I asked and she nodded.
Yeah, we had never kissed on the lips, right?
She asked, looking me in the eye. I wasn't prepared for such a question at all. Right, there are certain things a brother and a sister shouldn't do, excuse me. But it depends on the family, though. Some people may consider it wrong, and others may think it's not a big deal, you know, just a little peck on the cheek or something. I was deep in thought about what I just told her, then shook her head.
Yeah, I think it's not a big deal. After all, it wasn't a French kiss or something, right?
She said and looked at me questioningly. I could see I could see how she tightened the grass she had on her skirt. She wants to know my opinion about the kiss. Oh God. Damn girl, you want the same things as I do. Sure, it's not a big deal, I said while looking at her. Come on, girl, give me a smile. There it is, yeah, that cunning smile.
Oni-chan, do people kiss in your stories? Or do they get straight to the business with no foreplay?
I asked me and smirked. Well, it depends. In your story, the orc and the elf girl wouldn't have any foreplay because the orc would just jump for great. That's it. Now it was my turn to smirk and I just nodded.
I agree, but what if it is a romantic story? I think I will write something more romantic too, she said in a dreamy voice.
I'm not so sure if there's such a thing as romantic anti-stories, but why the hell not? Oh my God. Hey! I cried out in surprise because I pushed me into a chair. Oh boy! I literally fell into the chair and my sister was on top of me. Her soft little booty was so close to my knee. Shit! I got excited by thinking about it. She hugged me around my neck and got even closer. Her hair and skin smelled so good I wanted to eat her. Just eat her. Also, her innocent looks nowhere near fit her actions and it was driving me crazy.
Oni-chan will teach Ai some romantic tricks, right?
She asked, looking into my eyes. CG fam! Oh my God, this is escalating like crazy. Oh my God, oh boo.
What do they usually say in such situations?
But I could barely speak. I was trying to relax so that I wouldn't notice that I had decided, but it was impossible given that she was sitting right next to me. Just one movement in my hand and I'm there. But it will only make things worse. Oh,
come on.
I caught irritation in her voice, but she seemed offended rather than irritated. I coughed and pulled myself together. CG! Oh my God, this is happening. Okay, but that's all the time I got for this one, everybody, so I gotta cut it off, or I don't even know how far is this gonna go. Oh my God, this could go on forever. It's been about like 20 something minutes. Yeah, we're over there. Okay. I coughed to pull myself together. Let me save here. Okay, let me just. Honey, she better while listening to what I was about to say. Okay, no. She was all ears. Okay, yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'll continue more the next time. Sorry about looking down too much or something at this game. Oh boy. I'm just gonna close it. I'm out. I am outie. Okay, so anyway. Yes, fam, that was the next part of Onii Asobo. Oh my God, that escalated so fast. My face feels so good. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, please like below. And if there's any other games you'd like to play or you want to talk, please comment down below as well. If you like this and I do some more, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That would be epically appreciative of you guys. And as always, my name is Cherryboy, and my goal is to make you guys smile. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye! See ya! What's gonna happen next time? I'm so scared! What's gonna happen? I don't know! Are we gonna stop this? We're gonna continue? I have no idea. Ow, I got so many CGs though! Find out what happens next time on Onii Asobo! Yeah, I'm so sorry for yelling a lot. Hope I didn't pick the mic too much. Anyway, bye, see ya! Yeah.